And he had like 2 people already filming from like 2 different angles, and these dudes slowly started to create this like sort of surrounding barrier around me to like kind of close me in.
Yeah.
And what happened, they attacked at the right time because like there was a wall like this.
Boxing is a dirty business. It's a dirty sport. And there's always one judge that's in the bag, it seems.
Right.
At the very least, if they're not absolutely paid off, at the very least, they're deeply indebted to the promoters.
You know, but me, I'm gonna speak my mind. I'm just gonna keep it 100, man. Jake Paul is fugazi. He's fake.
That's how you feel?
Truly feel. I'll bust him up and his trainer in the same night. 2 for 1.
Jake Paul is reportedly evading federal authorities after Joe Rogan and Anthony Joshua revealed shocking details about him. The investigation stems from multiple issues tied to his boxing fights, putting him under intense scrutiny.
For 1 second, and I was like, I'm either gonna kill all these people, but then I just realized that wasn't possible. Another car pulls up, and 5 dudes get out, and these were like the cleaner-uppers who had the malintention to actually like grab onto me and
do the dirty.
Yeah, exactly.
Joe Rogan reportedly says boxing is a dirty business, often swayed by money and hidden agendas. He claims that among judges, there's almost always one influenced by bribes or financial incentives to alter a fight's outcome. According to Rogan, such manipulation undermines the sport's integrity, frustrating fans and fighters alike, as decisions are sometimes determined not by skill or performance, but by who controls the money behind the scenes.
Boxing is a dirty business. It's a dirty sport. And there's always one judge that's in the bag, it seems.
Right.
At the very least, if they're not absolutely paid off, at the very least, they're deeply indebted to the promoters. And there is some sort of an agenda to have this person who's either the most marketable or the one who the most is riding on. I mean, I don't think he's going to have a rematch. He didn't talk about a rematch. He didn't say he wanted a rematch. And Francis wants a rematch for sure. Francis thinks he won the fight.
Joe Rogan further analyzes the fight, saying it resembled a controlled sparring session more than a real battle. While there were brief moments of tension, the intensity never reached a level where serious harm seemed likely. According to Rogan, the fighters held back strategically, managing risk rather than fully engaging. He suggests this approach shows how some high-profile bouts prioritize showmanship and safety over true competitive danger.
Less than a decade, he has had no real professional opponents other than Tommy Fury that were legitimate world-class boxers.
I don't even remember what happened in the Tommy.
He lost a close decision, but it was a good fight. It was a good fight, though. He's a good boxer. If he wasn't a YouTuber, people would be way more impressed with him.
Yeah.
The problem is he was like a famous kid, and then no one took him seriously.
Yeah.
But
and then he started too with like more spectacle-ish fights. People were like, "Oh, this is you." He fought, Nate Robinson, like a basketball player.
But the thing is, he knocked Nate Robinson
He knocked him the fuck out.
And it's the way he did it that I was trying to tell people. I'm like, no. That was skillful. So like there's like boxing matches where you see 2 guys just slugging it out, one guy lands a punch, and he landed a good punch. What Jake did is he slid back and landed a punch.
Yeah.
It's like the athleticism along with the intelligence, the technique. I'm like, he's not even doing it that long. And he's also hyper competitive, even though he's wealthy.
Yeah.
Like you would assume that wealth would take away your drive for
But
competition.
It hasn't, yeah.
He's also nuts, right? Just the fact that he's willing to fight the 2-time heavyweight champion, former Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah.
A guy who's gigantic in his prime, built like a Greek god.
Yeah.
And you're going to stand, and he's a 1-punch killer. And you're going to stand in front of that guy, and he avoided shots till the 6th round. He just started getting tired.
Yeah, his movement in that fight was crazy.
It was very good.
Yeah.
It was very good.
He was really keeping him moving around the whole ring, and then
you can't afford to get tired.
You can't get
That's
tired.
The thing is, like, he gets tired in a lot of his fights in the later rounds. You should really sort that out.
Anthony Joshua reportedly states he made no concessions or special arrangements for his fight with Jake Paul. He told Jake and his team he would not hold back. According to Joshua, he planned to start aggressively, apply constant pressure, and control the pace from the opening bell. He intended to test Jake fully, maintain intensity, and finish decisively, leaving no room for leniency or managed outcomes.
If AJ doesn't knock him out in the first round, in the second round, then he didn't really win the fight, even if he ultimately does win the fight on the scorecards. Do you feel that sort of pressure to not just win, Anthony, but also knock Jake Paul out?
Yeah, I understand. I really understand where they're coming from. I understand. I get it. I know the expectations and demands these fans have, and I respect it. If I didn't respect it, I'll be honest with you and say, nah, they're talking rubbish. But I do get it, because I hold myself in that same regard. So I need to do it. And that's my intention, to seek and destroy.
Before the fight, Joe Rogan reportedly expected that some kind of agreement or arrangement might exist, given the potential danger Jake Paul faced against Anthony Joshua. Rogan noted the huge differences in size, weight, skill, and experience between the fighters. He reportedly recognized that Joshua's superior strength and technique could pose serious risks, making the matchup exceptionally challenging. According to Rogan, these disparities meant conventional strategies would be hard for Jake to execute safely, suggesting careful planning or restrictions might have been necessary.
And deep depression, a severe brain imbalance that's going to lead you to addiction. It leads so many people to impulsive behavior. So many people become gambling addicts, drug addicts, alcoholics after their fighting career.
Yeah.
It's you could only take so much. And at a certain, like that one that he got from Joshua, say if you have like a punch card, you have like so many punches that you can get in your life, which I believe you do. I believe there's a certain number. That one was like 10 punches.
Yeah.
That was like, there was a lot of concussions in that one punch.
Sure.
That was real damage. Like if someone's breaking your jaw in 2 places, the inside of your fucking head there's a lot of damage going on in there too.
After the fight, Anthony Joshua made a striking post-fight comment that drew immediate attention. He suggested that the knockout he scored against Jake Paul may have been the only thing that ultimately saved him. Joshua explained that had the fight continued, he would have methodically dismantled Paul both mentally and physically. His statement highlighted the skill and experience gap between the fighters and set the tone for debates about the bout and its broader implications.
Fighting's not just physical, it's psychological. And when you understand the psychological warfare, I did say to you that, Jake, what's going to happen? I'm going to see a time when I'm going to take your soul and you're either going to give up or you're going to get knocked out. And unless you have that instinct, you just will never be a good fighter.
Tim Bradley offered a pointed critique, openly calling out Jake Paul. He dismissed Paul's career as largely artificial, arguing his fights lack real competition. According to Bradley, the hype around Paul overshadows genuine skill, and he challenged the notion that Paul is a serious contender. His comments reflect growing skepticism among established boxing figures about Paul's place in the sport.
I can't knock you I can't knock your hustle when you've built something outside of boxing and you say, hey, yo, I'm coming over here to the sport now, and I'm gonna pick and choose who I fight. Y'all come follow me. If they follow him, man, I just understand what it is. I know what I'm looking at. You're not gonna fool me over here. Save that stuff for them other people, because I'm not gonna believe that I'm the face of. No, you're not the face of boxing. I'm not giving you that, because that's for a lifer.
But that's what he believes.
That's cool. I can't knock him for that. People believe a lot of things for a lot of different reasons. I'm just saying, you can do all the rah-rah stuff. That's your business. But I just know what I'm looking at, right? But on the monetary side and it being an event, the truth is that when he does fight, it does bring attention around the sport. People debate, they argue, people want to see the fight. Is it legit? Is it him and Mike Tyson? No, it's an event.
That's what it is.
The fight revealed just how dangerous the matchup was for Jake Paul. Facing the larger, taller Anthony Joshua, Paul repeatedly went down on his knees, risking serious injuries, including ligament damage. Analysts compared these falls to career-altering moments like Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. versus Sergio Martinez, underscoring the real danger Paul faced against an elite heavyweight.
You're in there with a bigger, taller person, so keep taking the knee. First of all, your knee, you can get ligament damage. Remember when Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. was losing every round to Sergio Martinez, and then Martinez fell to the ground kind of weird? He messed up his knee. He was never the same fighter. So you got a broken jaw, but you could have tore ligaments in your knee by having a 260-pound man, pause, fall on top of you because you keep making it sloppy and falling around and spilling about. And even if you don't like rupture something or tear a ligament or whatever, it's not really much better than someone leaning on you. Do you know how much energy you exert by having to be 220 pounds or whatever, 216, and keep picking yourself back up? Like I seen a thing, I didn't count myself, but it said there were 12 or 13, maybe 14 times that Jake Paul was on the canvas. Horrible strategy. And Netflix, I don't even see how they would like that. And for me, this generation they're chopped, bro. Jake Paul did all this, and y'all want me to give a bunch of credit. Jake Paul did all this talking about Joshua getting knocked out. You did whatever to sell the fight, but you didn't make good. That doesn't make you look good when you talk crazy and talk spicy, and then you have no intentions of fulfilling that. And then you got the Jake Paul fans and the Andrew Tate fans, because they lost kind of back to back, where they're trying their hardest to turn this into some inspirational story. Like, oh, as long as you try, it doesn't matter. No.
Despite the risks in the ring, Jake Paul confidently claimed he whipped Anthony Joshua, portraying himself as the victor. Analysts quickly disputed this, noting that Paul relied heavily on defensive maneuvers and luck rather than clear dominance. He repeatedly hit his knees and fell to the mat, exposing himself to serious danger. Technically, these moments revealed major gaps in his ability to withstand a seasoned heavyweight. Experts argued that such vulnerabilities made his victory claim difficult to justify. While dramatic, the fight showed that merely surviving Joshua's attacks does not equal true success.
He's a professional boxer who had a 12-1 record. Well, he's 12-2 now. Lost against the two boxers that was young and healthy and who trained boxing and not from a different sport or over the hill or retired. Okay? You treat him like a boxer. Stop calling him a YouTuber. Stop calling him, because this is what they're doing now. We saw all the predictions. Y'all didn't see the predictions where everybody was shitting on Anthony Joshua and not putting respect on his name, acting like he's going to get knocked out. Tyson Fury said it. Oscar De La Hoya said it. Drake put $200,000 on Jake Paul. Nate Diaz said Anthony Joshua was going to get knocked out. David Hay picked Jake Paul. Let's not forget, right at the press conference, they went on the whole panel and asked who would win, Anthony Joshua or Jake Paul. And everybody was saying Jake Paul. Ridiculous. We're going to get into the disrespect of Anthony Joshua. So let's treat him like a real fucking boxer. Because he is. Well, I said once, this is what I told everybody. Once he actually fought Tommy Fury, who was the first boxer he fought. Once he fought a boxer, win or lose, I said, now I count him as a professional boxer. I'm not counting you as a professional boxer when you're fighting NBA players, other YouTubers, MMA fighters who are even just wrestlers and BJJ practitioners like Ben Askren and Nate Diaz. I'm not counting that.
Simon Jordan offered a broader perspective on the fight, framing it more as a spectacle than a traditional sporting contest. He highlighted the stark contrast in size, experience, and professional achievements between the competitors. Anthony Joshua entered the ring with an exceptional record, having won the heavyweight championship twice and earned an Olympic gold medal, credentials marking him as a seasoned, highly skilled athlete. In comparison, Jake Paul's boxing history appeared limited, built largely on high-profile but less competitive matches. Jordan argued that this imbalance made the outcome seem almost predetermined, shifting focus from athletic competition to the entertainment of seeing a famous personality face a world-class fighter. According to him, the event captivated audiences not through technical skill or strategy, but through the dramatic contrast and spectacle of an underdog challenging a proven champion, despite these criticisms.
the boxing industry, because straight after the fight, I heard the question being posed to Joshua, will he now fight Fury? And then my first thought was, after what I've seen, who cares? After that, who cares if Joshua fights Fury? I like Anthony Joshua immensely, Spencer. Any exchanges I've had with him, I think he comes across terrifically well. But I fail to see where it's taken us, where it's taken him, other than hugely increasing his bank balance. You know, I really fail to see what this has done.
Well, it's done nothing, but he was going to fight in November, like I said, and he's just gone in there against Jake Paul. What has it done for his legacy? Absolutely zero. But it was, you know, he's earned a lot of money doing that. And he's going to go again, and he's going to fight possibly February, March, and then there's that Tyson Fury fight that's looming that could happen in September, whether Tyson Fury decides to come out of retirement or not come out of retirement. For Anthony Joshua, he's earned a hell of a lot of money. This is prize fighting, and that's what it's all about. And that's what he's done, and he's built a new audience as well.
Adam Booth offered a nuanced analysis, noting that Paul showed moments of improvement, successfully making Joshua miss with precise movements. Booth highlighted Paul's positioning and footwork, which occasionally forced Joshua to reset rather than granting him free rein. While Paul's overall chances were limited, these moments demonstrated tangible growth, often overlooked in broader discussions of the fight.
Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul shared a ring. Your takeaways from the 6 rounds that we saw, presuming you watched?
I was impressed with Jake Paul. I thought that, following on from what we're saying, right? A few years ago, he was on Disney as a kid, acting up, and has decided to become a professional fighter. That takes balls, but he's obviously striving to be as good as he can be. You can see that in the way that he moves, the way that he has developed in how he's punching and performing. But to make a two-time world heavyweight champion that's still live, you know, AJ's still got something about him, to make him miss in such an accomplished manner. All right, so at times he was jumping out and running around, but there were times when he was well in range and still making AJ unable to land a clean, solid shot. He deserves a lot of respect for that. And then the shot that actually finished the fight, that broke his jaw quite badly, didn't put him out. That shot he threw with serious intention has put a lot of professional heavyweights to sleep. He didn't go to sleep. He actually finished on his knees, didn't he? Laughing and spitting blood out of his mouth. So, like they say, like, it's a special type of crazy and a special type of brave to do it. But I actually, hats off to him, because he showed that he's developing some accomplished little skills in there to look after himself. The size difference is always going to fatigue him.
I know everyone will come with the idea that, well, AJ should just go in there one round and smash him to bits, and that should be it. It was a big ring, right? Perhaps he could have cut the ring off a bit better, but would I be right in saying that regardless of skill level, if you forget about that with the two for a second, if someone is on the back foot and on their bike and kind of doing what Jake was doing, it's difficult no matter who you are, no matter the kind of separation in skill level.
It's a big ring, and you've either got to run at him and look like a novice yourself, or just take your time and understand that he's going to slow down.
Finally, Daniel Cormier praised Paul for his bravery in facing a formidable opponent. He noted the immense risk of stepping into the ring with a seasoned heavyweight like Joshua, far beyond Paul's previous lighter opponents. While joking about the $100 million purse, Cormier emphasized that true courage was needed to accept the challenge. Regardless of skill gaps or the fight's outcome, Paul's willingness to confront Joshua showed audacity deserving recognition.
Your take on that fight? What were your thoughts on that? I thought Jake Paul's a brave guy. Then I found out he made $100 million. I was thinking, well, anybody would fight for $100 million, but bro, he fought. I literally ran into Logan Paul in New York City, and I said to him, it was weird too, because I was going into a studio to interview Kamaru Usman for one of my shows. And Logan Paul was at the coffee shop. He's like, DC. I was like, what's up, Logan? Because he does a tremendous job in WWE. Yeah, Logan Paul does. I don't watch WWE, but I know that. I do hear he might literally be the best professional wrestler in the world. Really? He's such an athlete, bro. Yeah. He's unbelievable. But I'm just stroking him right now. I swear to God, bro, it's unbelievable how good the kid is. Okay. From the moment he started doing it, he was really good. He can cut a promo, huh? Like, he got what kids say. He's got a promo, but he's also good in the ring. Okay. He's really athletic. I said to him, I go, what type of safeguards do you have in place to make sure he doesn't get his head knocked off against Anthony Joshua? He's going to fight Gervonta Davis, who weighed in at 137 2 fights ago. So now you're going to go fight Anthony Joshua, who weighs all of 250? He said, all right. He said, he's going to just fight him. I go, man, he's very bold. And then what happened was he ran a lot.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Everybody goes, even Eddie Hearn goes, he did better than Francis. And I'm like, well, Francis didn't move around much. Francis thought he could actually fight him because of what he did to Tyson Fury, right? Couldn't. Tyson Fury might have overlooked him a little bit, and I think that's what happened. Like, he got caught with the right hand dropped. Anthony Joshua was like, I'm not taking any chances with this guy. So he fought him, and he took him serious. But Francis didn't move.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned for more updates.